everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. My name is Samantha Genzer. I'm going to be your show host for you today. We have a very exciting show for you. We will be covering the women's flag football being implemented in college sports programs, WNBA, rookies debut games, the upcoming tennis women's single finals, the scores and results of the recent V&L games, and make sure you stay till the end to hear about how the first week of the CrossFit Semi-Finals is going so far. Before we start, I would like to ask that you like and follow the show. You can also become a part of our show by tipping and donating. Your support means a lot to us. Also, we do get a number of questions that come in from viewers during the show, so to ensure that your questions get viewed and read on the air, I ask that you use the link gsmcpodcast.net with your questions. They put your questions at the top of the list so that I see them, and also it really helps the show. The link is gsmcpodcast.net, just once again. So let's get started. I hope you guys enjoyed today's content. I also just want to give a little disclaimer right now. I have a cold right now, so I am out of breath whenever I talk, so just ignore that for now. But anyway, first segment of the day is very exciting. We're going to be talking about flag football coming to women's college sports. This is a huge deal in the women's equality in sports movement, and I'm very excited to announce this, that it has been increasingly more and more popular in community college, universities, and colleges themselves. So flag football is a version of American football that's popular among both men and women. In flag football, the game's physical contact is significantly reduced compared to traditional tackle football. Instead of tackling players to the ground, participants pull flags or belts from the ball carrier to end a play. The rules are pretty much similar to traditional American football, but are modified to emphasize speed, agility, and strategy over physical strength. The field is usually smaller, and the number of players on the field can vary depending on the league or level of play. So the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics, NAIA, in partnership with the NFL, has started offering women's flag football as a collegiate sport, providing more opportunities for female athletes. The most recent edition of a women's flag football team was on May 13th of this year, where Howard Community College received a National Junior College Athletic Association grant to start intercollegiate women's flag football. And also, when I refer to National Junior College Athletic Association, I also use the abbreviation NJCAA just for reference. Howard Community College, also known as HCC, is located in Maryland, and they were given a $10,000 grant to start the team. They will begin competing in the spring 2025 season. President of the HCC, Daria J. Willis, spoke on the announcements, and she said, HCC has always tried to lead with an eye towards opportunity and equity for all students. This program will be a major element of promoting women's participation in sports at all ages and expanding our college championship footprint across men and women's on-field, on-court, and esports program. HCC Athletic Director Mike Smilkinson said, "We are elated to add women's flag football to the list of sports offerings at our dynamic institution. Our intramural flag football league has been a big hit this past year, and we are happy to offer the chance for current students to play competitively against other institutions. We are also eager to hit the recruiting trail as high schools in the state of Maryland and in the region are implementing and growing the sport. We can offer young women at these schools the chance to continue their athletic and academic careers at Howard Community College." The NJCAA marked women's flag football as an emerging sport as interest in it continues to rise nationwide. The NJCAA Foundation partnered with NFL Flag and RCX Sports to help kickstart this exciting opportunity. In the last 4 years, under Smilkinson's leadership, Howard Community College has added intercollegiate esports, women's softball, and launched a sideline cheerleading squad with plans to make it a competitive program. The addition of women's flag football continues the trend of growth in athletics at one of the nation's top-performing two-year institutions and parallels expansion with the 2025 planned opening athletics facilities in the state-of-the-art Calert Foundation complex. So HTC is not the only school that recently implemented women's flag football into their sports program. In February of this year, Pasco Hernando State College added intercollegiate women's flag football, and on March 2nd, the team opened the season. This was also implemented with a $10,000 grant by the NJCAA Foundation. Logan Lutz, a student at the college, said, "I've always watched football on TV. When I saw they were having tryouts, I wanted to come and see what it was all about. I'm so happy I did it." The inaugural team has 14 players handpicked through an open tryout by head coach Madison Burr, and another student, Victoria Gray, said, "After a long day of class, now I get to have fun, learn new things, and be with great people." Another school that recently implemented women's flag football and made headlines in their sports program is Graceland University, located in Iowa. Graceland became one of the first Iowa NAIA schools to offer this emerging sports. President of Graceland, Patricia H. Drave, said, "Developing the women's flag football program at Graceland is a testament to our commitment to the future. This sport will create new scholarship opportunities for women across the nation, and I am excited to see where this program takes us." Graceland University Athletic Director Brady McKillop said, "Graceland Athletics is excited to expand its horizon and welcome a new competitive sport to our program. As with our other sports, we look forward to the high-quality character and caliber of athlete that the sport will bring to our university." Some other schools that recently added women's flag football, we got a lot, are all of these right here. So here are just some of them. Cody College from Missouri, Florida Memorial University, Kansas Wesleyan University, Kaiser University in Florida, La Sierra University in California, Midland University in Nebraska, Milligan College in Tennessee, Ottawa University in Kansas, Reinhardt University in Georgia, St. Thomas University in Florida, Tougaloo College in Mississippi, University of St. Mary in Kansas, Warner University in Florida, Weber International University in Florida, Thomas University in Georgia, and Xavier University of Louisiana. There we go. All these institutions and universities are private, and most have a religious affiliation, actually. They also vary in student population from 350 students to over 16,000. Many large universities offer highly competitive intramural programs or club flag football teams for students who want to continue playing flag football in college. Even though it isn't an official sport recognized by the school in these areas, some teams may still require student athletes to try out. This is important for schools to add women's flag football for sure. Football is widely regarded as a predominantly male sport, and by having women play flag football, it allows women to be treated the same in the sports world. Football is a very popular sport at schools, and often it is part of school tradition for students to attend their football games. So by allowing women to play a sort of football for the school, it aims to improve gender equality in collegiate sports. Also, adding another sport to schools is beneficial in itself. As more colleges and universities adopt women's flag football, there are increasing opportunities for scholarships, and schools can gain more student participation, which helps increase student engagement within the school community. In particular, sports themselves offer crucial development opportunities such as teamwork, leadership, and resilience, and flag football teaches girls an important basic motor skill, hand-eye coordination. Female athletes learn this skill when catching the ball on offense or intercepting the ball on defense. They also develop improved hand-eye coordination in the name of the game, the difficult task of trying to pull an opponent's flag. It's very important for schools to add new sports to their program, and this sport in particular is a great addition to the school's sports program, in my opinion. So we are now going to dive into our next segment, talking about how other WNBA rookies did in their debut games. But before we go ahead and do that, we are going to take a little short break, so I will see you guys very soon.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit, I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant, I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Hello everybody, welcome back. Thank you guys for coming and joining again. So we just got done talking about how the addition of flag football in women's college sports, and we're now going to transfer over to basketball, where we're going to talk about WNBA rookies debut games. So yesterday we covered Rickea Jackson, Angel Reese, and Cameron Brink's debut games, and the day before yesterday we covered how Caitlin Clark's debut game went, and I recommend that you guys watch both of those shows. It was very interesting, and I had a lot of opinions on both of those. So now we're going to talk about all the Dallas Wings rookies, Nika Mule from the Seattle Storm, the Minnesota Lynx rookies, and Washington Mystic rookies, and the New York Liberty rookies in their WNBA games. Before we do so, I wanted to remind you guys to like and follow the show. Also, to become a part of our show, you can tip and donate using the link gsmcpodcast.net. As a reminder, this puts your questions at the top of the list so that I see them and they get read on the air, and it really helps the show and we really appreciate it. So now that we got that out of the way, we are going to begin talking about how these WNBA rookies debut games went. So to start, we're going to go ahead and start with the Dallas Wings. The Wings have the most rookies this year. The Wings won the Wednesday game to the Chicago Sky with a score of 87-79. It was a very good game. I recommend watching it if you haven't. We're going to go ahead and start talking about Jaylen Brown on the Dallas Wings. So Jaylen Brown did not necessarily stand out in my opinion. She's very good, okay? I'm not saying she's not, but she just didn't stand out compared to some other rookies, and we'll get to that. She played 19 minutes and had 2 rebounds and 2 blocks, but she had 0 points and 0 assists. She did start the game, but was, in my opinion, not very effective when, just looking at her stats, she didn't seem that effective. And on the court in general, she just didn't really stand out. She played well, though. I do want to say that. And I am impressed with her performance, and I'm excited to see her continue playing. And then we have Lou Lopez-Cynical, who only played 6 minutes, and she had 1 assist. There wasn't much she could have done on the court being on there for just 6 minutes, so she didn't really stand out to me. I feel like there wasn't much that I can say. She just didn't really stand out. She played for 6 minutes. Wasn't much that she can do on the court there. And then we have Stephanie Soares, who played 8 minutes, so not much time on the court as well, but she was effective actually, which was really impressive given that she only played 8 minutes. She put 4 points on the scoreboard and had 3 rebounds. I thought she did really well considering being on the court for less than 10 minutes. And then similarly, JC Sheldon played less than 10 minutes as well, 9 minutes to be exact. She did well, considering she scored 2 points, had 1 rebound, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. She was effective on the court, but she didn't have much time to really do much. But still, looking at her stats, she did very well. And then we have Sebji Uzin. On the other hand, Uzin played 27 minutes, which was really impressive for a rookie. She scored 6 points, had 3 assists, and 1 block, but she had 3 turnovers. But I do want to recognize that Caitlin Clark had 10 turnovers in her debut game, so really 3 turnovers isn't that bad. And she played for 27 minutes, so it could be worse. She did a lot of good things on the court, and I really was impressed with how she played. She hasn't gotten much media attention, I haven't felt like, so this was a really good debut game for her. And also, she is so tall. She has this natural athleticism to her, but then on top of it, she's very tall, so she has that double advantage. I just see her playing in the WNBA for a very long time, and I think this was a really good game for her, especially starting out for a debut game. Now we're going to talk about Nika Mule really quickly. So this made me sad, this entire story. Okay, so Mule was supposed to make her WNBA debut on Tuesday night in the Seattle Storm versus Minnesota Lynx game. The Storm's official Twitter or X account tweeted about Mule's debut. They tweeted, ready for her debut, and then had a video of Mule walking in the stadium. However, Mule did not feature for the Storm against at the Climate Pledge Arena, which caused a lot of confusion amongst fans about why she had been omitted after the original post said she would be playing. I was so confused myself too. I was like, where is she? I was really excited to see her play, and it was a really big disappointment to not see her on the court. So basically, Mule has been trying to get her visa, but her visa was still pending approval, and so she didn't receive clearance to play on Tuesday. Mule was not supposed to play, but the reason fans were confused and disappointed, including myself, is because of the social media posts that made it seem like Tuesday was going to be Mule's debut game. But actually what happened was Haley Robinson, the team's social media manager, was not aware of Mule not playing in Tuesday games, and she admitted she made a mistake by posting. Hopefully everything will be resolved and Mule will be able to play soon. I'm really excited to watch her. This was just a miscommunication, a little minor mistake, but that is why she did not make her debut game on Tuesday. Next up, we need to talk about rookies Alyssa Pilley and Olivia Ipupa on the Minnesota Lynx. Okay, I'm going to pull up. Oh no, I'm so sorry guys. I actually do not have, yeah, never mind. Okay, never mind. I do not have pictures for the stats. I'm so sorry guys. Okay, so the Lynx beat the Seattle Storm on Tuesday 83-70. Okay, I want to just leave two comments that aren't about rookies here. Alana Smith really led the game with 22 points, and same with Nafisa Collier, who scored 20 points. But yeah, we have to focus on the rookies right now, but I just wanted to put that out there that they really, really, really led the game. So Alyssa Pilley played 10 minutes and did not really contribute much. She only had 1 rebound and no points, no assists, no steals, and no blocks. But on the bright side, sometimes when you don't contribute much, you don't do too much damage to the team. Pilley didn't cause any turnovers, so that's a good thing. And then the other rookie, Olivia Ipupa, did not play at all. I would have liked to watch her because she was doing really good in the preseason, so hopefully we do get to see her play the next game. Also, a little fun fact, really random, but did you guys know that she is 5'5"? She's a guard, so it makes sense that she is one of the shorter people on the team. 5'5" is not short, but it's considered pretty average in the US for women's height, I believe. So I was just a bit shocked to see that she's 5'5" and compared to the other players, she is fairly short. But she's extremely fast on the court, so being short hasn't much of a disadvantage to her. I don't know, I just saw that and I was like, oh, I didn't realize she was 5'5". Random thought. Anyway, moving on, we're going to talk about the Washington Mystic rookies. On Tuesday, the Mystics lost the New York Liberty 80-85. This was also a really good game. Okay, so we have Julie Van Loo and Aliyah Edwards, the 2 rookies on the team. They both played very, very well. I was really impressed by the both of them, and I feel like they had the better debut games based on how they played compared to the other rookies' debut games. Van Loo played 13 minutes and scored 3 points, had 1 rebound and 4 assists. And then Edwards played 14 minutes, had 6 points, and had 2 rebounds. They both were very effective on the court and made good contributions to the team. They definitely did not seem like rookies on the court, in my opinion. They were very comfortable with their teammates and had confidence on the court, which I admire a lot. So now we're going to move on to the New York Liberty. So we just went over how they beat the Mystics on Tuesday. So the team played a good game, obviously. Markeisha Davis and Leona Fibich are the rookies on the Liberty team. Davis did not play, so there isn't anything really there to review. But Fibich played 13 minutes. And she scored 2 points, had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. But she had 2 turnovers, which was not great considering she played just over 10 minutes. A lot of that could have been pressure and nerves. I want to, make sure that we take that into consideration. Other than the turnovers, she did have a pretty good game. But before we move on to the next segment, I just wanted to go over one other rookie, Caitlin Clark. Indiana Fever and the New York Liberty went head-to-head yesterday, and the Liberty dominated the game, 102-66. I mentioned that I talked about Clark's debut game of the show yesterday and the show before that. So she already had her debut game. I already talked about it. So it might seem irrelevant in this segment. But I still just want to go over how she did in this game, like really, really quickly. So I apologize for the little randomness of this. But she's a rookie, so it's not completely random. Anyway, in this game yesterday, she played 30 minutes, scored 9 points, had 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 block. She scored 20 points in her debut game, so although she did not score as much as she did during her debut game, yesterday's game she only had 3 turnovers, which is such an improvement from her debut game where she had 10 turnovers. Also, it's important to note that this is the lowest amount that she's scored since her freshman year at the University of Iowa, which is really shocking that happened. But still, I think it's good to know that she is improving in the sake of turnovers, because a lot of critics were, criticizing her for having 10 turnovers. I mean, I was too, but I would like to know that she had 3 turnovers last game, which is definitely an improvement. So now we're going to move on to our next segment where we're going to talk about the Rome Tennis Finals. Before we do so, we are going to be taking a very short break, so I will see you guys very soon.
Looking for your daily fix of sports talk without having to pay for it? GSMC Sports Network is available on YouTube. Just search GSMC Sports Network. Get your fix of daily sports talk shows on YouTube, absolutely free. NFL, college football, NBA, MLB, MMA, UFC, fantasy football, and so much more. GSMC Sports Network has shows running all day long, with new sports shows starting every 2 hours. Just like on your favorite cable sports channel, except GSMC Sports Network is absolutely free. Just search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube to catch one of your new favorite shows, like the GSMC College Football Podcast, Chip Shot Football Podcast, Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, GSMC Basketball Podcast, and so many more. Check it out for yourself. GSMC Sports Network, now available on YouTube absolutely free. Search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube right now.
Hello everybody, welcome back. We just got done talking about how some WNBA rookies, their debut games, how they went, how they did, and we're now going to move on to our next segment where we're going to talk about Swiatek and Sabalenka, their upcoming women's semi-single finals. I am so sorry that I keep mispronouncing a lot of things. I apologize for that. So the Italian Open has been going on for a little while now, and now the women's single finals are coming up Saturday morning tomorrow. Aryna, Sabalenka, and Iga Swiatek will be competing in the finals. Sabalenka is the number 2 seed right now, and Swiatek is the number 1 seed. Sabalenka clinched a spot in her first, I'm going to try to pronounce this as best as I can, Internazionale BNL d'Italia final with a 7-5, 6-2 victory over number 13 seed Danielle Collins just before midnight on Thursday. I apologize if I did not pronounce that competition correct. Let me pull up a picture before I keep talking. Here is Sabalenka on the left, and we have Swiatek on the right. Okay, let me continue. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm my head is in I got 5 different thoughts going on right now. I am so sorry. I apologize. So with her 1 hour and 23-minute semifinal triumph, Sabalenka is now 6-0 against Collins. Sabalenka, a 2-time champion at the Mutua Madrid Open, is 1 win away from a title at the other WTA 1000 clay court tournament. Sabalenka said, "I'm super happy to be in my first final in Rome. I think I played really great tennis today. I'm super happy about the win, especially in 2 sets against Danielle." To get her first Rome title, Sabalenka will have to prevail in a rematch against world number 1 Iga Swiatek, who defeated number 3 Coca Gauff in the day's first semifinal. Sabalenka held 3 championship points against Swiatek in the Madrid final 2 weeks ago, but Swiatek pulled off the victory in an instant classic showdown to capture her first Madrid trophy. Swiatek holds a 7-3 lead in their overall head-to-head, and this will be the 5th time Sabalenka and Swiatek meet in a final. Along with her win in the Madrid final last fortnight, Swiatek beat Sabalenka in the Stuttgart finals in 2022 and 2023. Sabalenka did not get a win over Swiatek in the 2023 Madrid final though, so this could be her comeback in a way. Sabalenka said, "I think the level is there, the tennis is there, that I did everything to get this win. I just had to focus on myself, I guess, and not rush things, wait for the right shot to finish the point." This finals will also be the first time the world number 1 and number 2 players will meet in consecutive WTA 1000 finals since 2013, when top-ranked Serena Williams defeated second-ranked Maria Sharapova in the Miami and Madrid finals. Despite the loss, Collins is still having an exceptional season, winning back-to-back titles at WTA 1000 Miami and WTA 500 Charleston last month. Collins is 19-2 in her last 21 matches, but both of those losses have come against Sabalenka in the Madrid round of 16 and tonight in Rome, which is mainly her competition. Rome is the 6th WTA 1000 tournament of the season. By making the final, Swiatek and Sabalenka have assured themselves 650 ranking points and £365,015 in prize money. A win on Saturday would give the winner a total take of 1,000 points and £699,600. By making her second straight WTA 1000 final, Sabalenka will leave Rome with the number 2 ranking intact. Coco Gauff had a chance to overtake her this week, actually. Coming off her Madrid title 2 weeks ago, wherein she saved 3 championship points to defeat Sabalenka for her 3rd title of the season, Swiatek has extended her active win streak to 11 matches. A 2-time champion at the Foro Italico, Swiatek has not lost a set over the fortnight. She defeated Bernarda Pera, I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I probably am, Bernarda Pera, Yulia Putintseva, Angelique Kerber, Madison Keys, and number 3 Coco Gauff to make her 3rd Rome final. Swiatek has now made the final 40% of the WTA 1000 main draws she played, the highest strike rate since the format's introduction in 2009. Serena Williams is an next best, making 36.7%. Swiatek has played 19 tour-level main draws on clay, making the final in 11 of them. At 57.9%, she holds the highest rate of finals reach on clay since 2000. Justine Henin is the next best at 38.5%, just a little fun fact. Sabalenka has overcome injury, illness, and was 1 point from exiting the tournament. Now she's into her first Rome final after beating Katie Volinets and Diana Yastremisk to make the round of 16. Sabalenka saved 3 match points to defeat Elena Shreftolina in a match that ended well after midnight. Since that win, Sabalenka has been automatic, really. She rolled past number 10 Jelena Ostapenko and number 15 Daniel Collins in straight sets like we went over. Saturday will be the 11th career meeting between the two, with Swiatek leading the head-to-head record 7-3. Swiatek has won their past 2 meetings, I would like to make that clear. Sabalenka's 3 wins have gone a full 3 sets. Her most recent win came last year in the Madrid final, where she beat Swiatek on clay for the first time. This is the first time that she has made back-to-back WTA 1000 finals in her career, and in the past 40 years, only 5 duos have faced each other on more occasion as the world number 1 and number 2 than Swiatek and Sabalenka. Since 1990, only Stephanie Graf and Aryna Sanchez Valcarrero have faced each other more often in clay finals than Swiatek and Sabalenka, so I just want to make that clear that this is pretty historically important. Swiatek goes into Saturday's final leading the tour in match wins this season and tied for the lead in titles with Elena Rybakina. She is bidding to win her 4th WTA 1000 of the season and 21st career title on the Hologic WTA Tour. Only 2 women have swept Madrid and Rome in a single season. Swiatek is bidding to become the 3rd, joining Dainara Safina and Williams. Only Williams has been able to win Madrid. Like I said, Rome and Roland Garros in the single season. A win in Rome would put Swiatek in position to match the feat at Roland Garros, where she is already 3-time champion. So now the question really is, who is going to win the finals? And it's pretty much up in the air with both of them. They're both very talented. Sabalenka is rated at number 2, and while Swiatek is number 1, so you could look at that. There's a lot of ways that you can look at it to be like, this person's gonna win, like stats-wise or just playing-wise. There's a lot that goes to it. So Madrid with its thin air and flying forehands is really the perfect court for Sabalenka. She was the champion there a year ago and came close to defending. In Rome, it's been a different story. This is Sabalenka's 6th appearance there, and she's gone 3 and out on 3 occasions. This was her best effort here, but the head-to-head record, 7-3, suggests it will go Swiatek's way, like looking at stats. They played 5 times on red clay in the past 3 years, and Swiatek has won 4 of them, all of them either in Stuttgart, Madrid, or in Rome, 4 in finals. Also, here's another thing that's interesting. Swiatek has never lost a final here in Rome. She's 2-0 with titles in 2021 and 2022. That is just like a superstitious kind of way to look at it. Like, she's never lost here before, so she's never going to lose now. You know what I'm saying? Just an interesting fact to put out there. It is a pattern that she's following. If you're thinking about leaning towards Sabalenka, here's another statistic that from the folks at Ulta Stats Perform. Swiatek has appeared in 30 WTA 1000 tournaments and reached 12 finals, and that's 40% better than the next best, Serena Williams. On the other hand, Sabalenka came into that Madrid final in condition that suited her, already a 2-time champion and bidding for a 3rd. There's a heavy load that comes with trying to do something you've done before, and now your crusted shoes are on the other foot here, if in a metaphorical way. Swiatek is the 2-time champion bidding for a 3rd, and she's a favorite without a doubt, like in fans wise. Everything about Rome kind of suits her in a way. I think that what could really spin the match would be Sabalenka's way of her drop shot. It's been magnificent for him in Rome and really have done wonders. Yulia Putintseva showed how effective it could be against Swiatek's baseline position. If Sabalenka can stay disciplined and unleash that shot at the right times, that could really be the difference maker for her. All of this bodes well for Sabalenka on Saturday because, as opposed to 2 weeks ago, she really has nothing to lose here. She's a challenger, and I believe that she really is owning that role. I really do think Swiatek is going to win, though. I'm just going to say, just based on stats and previous performances, it seems that Swiatek has the upper hand or a better opportunity to win the final. I think it's going to be a very, very close match, but still I feel that Swiatek will still come out on the top. Also, she is a fan favorite for a lot of, tennis fans. And just hearing people have to say, it does seem that Swiatek does have the upper hand in winning here, if you are just looking at stats. But of course, there are some things about Sabalenka that she could really throw off Swiatek's performance in the match. So it'll be interesting to see. So we're now going to move on to our next segment where we talk about the scores and results from the VNL. Before we do that, we're going to be taking a short break. So I will see you guys really soon.
For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC to access free content-rich podcasts on health and wellness, book reviews, sports, entertainment, relationships, social media, movies, technology, finance, and even weird news. Subscribe and download the GSMC Podcast Network's family of shows, available everywhere podcasts are found.
Hello everybody, welcome back. So we just got done talking about Swiatek versus Sabalenka, the upcoming women's single finals. I really recommend watching this and staying updated with this. It will definitely be a little bit of a showdown in a way. So we're going to move on to our next segment where we're going to talk about the scores and results from the VNL. There's a lot to cover here. We have a lot to talk about with volleyball. So China took another important step to qualify for the Paris Olympics on Thursday when they came from behind to defeat Olympic champions, the United States, in the Volleyball Nations League 2024 and added important points to their FIVB World Rankings total. China, who had triumphed against continental rivals Korea on Tuesday, recovered from a first-set loss to walk away with a 3-1 victory over the United States to remain undefeated in the VNL. In the first match, they lost to the U.S. 23-25. The second, third, and fourth, they won with the scores as follows: 25-23, 25-22, and 25-19. The four-set victory added 9.13 points to China's total in the FIVB World Rankings, making them move 2 spots up from 7th to 5th and getting them closer to securing an Olympic spot. The Americans dropped the same amount and went from 3rd to 2nd, being passed by Brazil, and we will be getting into these FIVB rankings soon. Outside hitter Li Yingying played a major role in the Chinese comeback, leading all scorers with 20 points, all in kills. Middle blocker Wang Yuan and opposite Gan Shanyu also had productive nights themselves with 18 and 16 points respectively. China's captain Yuan Shiyue commented, "I thought we played a very good match today. The Americans play with passion and are very competitive, but we showed great unity and enjoyed ourselves on the court. I hope we can do even better in the next match. Every point is important for us here and we'll try to do our best in each match." The Americans, who had 6 different starters when compared to their debut against Thailand, had opposite Danielle Coutinho as their top scorer with 19 points, and that was 16 kills, 2 blocks, and 1 ace. Tokyo Olympics MVP and star outside hitter Jordan Larson contributed another 18 with 16 kills, 1 block, and 1 ace. Now we're going to be talking about the Brazil match. After debuting with a 4-set victory against Canada on Tuesday, Brazil had Korea in their schedule on Thursday and had no trouble producing a 3-0 victory in front of their home fans. In the first match, the score was 25-15. The second match ended in a score of 25-19, and the third match ended in a score of 25-17. So it really wasn't that close at all, really. I mean, most of the time you hear that the matches end up like 23-24, 25-23, like things that close, like 2 points. But like 25-15, that's 10 points ahead. 25-19, that's 6 points. Like if you get the gist, like it did seem like Brazil was really dominating the game. The team's top scorer in their opening match, outside hitter Ana Cristina Souza, led Brazil again with 18 points, and in this she had 16 kills and 2 blocks, followed by team captain Gabriela Guimarães, who registered 12 with 11 kills and 1 ace. Head coach Jose Guimarães took advantage of Brazil's dominant performance to rotate the squad, using 13 of the 14 players he had available, including 20-year-old middle blocker Luzia Nezo and 19-year-old outside hitter Helena Wenck, who made their national team debuts against the Koreans. I am really impressed by how young some of these players are. That's just a little side note, but just hearing that they're 19 and 20 years old is crazy to me. Anyway, middle blocker Ana Cristina said, "It's always good when we can use every player and give the younger ones, such as Luzia and Helena, the opportunity to experience it. They're both very talented, and getting to play in this atmosphere is important for them. We expect a more challenging match against the United States, but we have confidence in our team and will prepare to get another good result." On the Korean side, outside hitter So Hee Kang was again the top scorer with 9 points, and in this 8 kills and 1 block. One more than middle blocker Ho Young Jung, who registered 5 kills, 2 blocks, and 1 ace. The result of the match made little impact on the FIVB World Rankings, to be honest, giving second place Brazil 0.61 points and taking the same amount from 41st place Korea. So here are the FIVB World Rankings right now. These are just the top 15. I want to emphasize that the list is a lot longer, but here are just the top 15 that we're going to go over right now. So at first is Turkey, second is Brazil, third is the US, fourth is Poland, fifth is Serbia, sixth is China, seventh is Italy, eighth is Japan, ninth is the Dominican Republic, 10th is the Netherlands, 11th is Canada, 12th is Germany, 13th is Thailand, 14th is Belgium, and 5th is Puerto Rico. Just really quickly, we're going to go over the top 5 teams and how they're doing in the I keep saying W, V and L. Turkey without a doubt dominated last year, which is why they are still ranked at first. Yesterday, Turkey went up against the Netherlands and they came out on top with the final score of 3-1. The first match was a win for Turkey with a score of 25-14. Second match was a loss for Turkey with a score of 23-25, so very close still. The third match was a win with a score of 25-23, and the fourth match was a win at 25-18. And then the day before, Turkey went up against Japan and lost 3-2. The first, second, and third match was a loss for Turkey, and the third and fourth match was a win for them. It was a close competition, considering that the two teams were at a tie after the fourth, making them do a fifth round, where Japan came out on top in the end. Now, talking about Brazil, they won both of their matches yesterday and the day before. Brazil team has been extremely impressive this week, and we have already talked about the match between Brazil and Korea, so just a little bit the details of the Brazil and Canada match, which ended in a win for Brazil at 3-1. The first round ended in a loss for Brazil at 24-26. The second round was a loss for Brazil at 23-25. The third round was a win at 26-24, and lastly, the fourth round was a win for Brazil at 25-12. And they really secured the win there in the final two rounds. The times they did lose were in the matches or rounds were very, very, very close, like 24-26. That's a 2-point difference. So in the end, clearly, like, they were able to dominate, and there's a reason that they're placed second right now. And next at third, we have the U.S., and we already talked about the match between U.S. and China, so we're going to go over the stats of the match the day before, which was against Thailand, and Thailand is ranked at number 13, so they're really getting up there for sure. This match was very, very competitive. Three-time NCAA champion Maddie Skinner made her debut with the U.S. women, playing opposite instead of her usual outside hitter. She led all scorers with 19 points on 12 kills, 4 blocks, and a match-high 3 aces. Overall, the U.S. women led Thailand in kills, blocks, and aces. They had 53 kills, while Thailand had 49 kills. Blocks, they had 12 kills, while Thailand had 1. Aces, I think I just said they had 12 kills. They had 12 blocks. And Thailand had 1 block. That's what I meant to say. And for aces, the U.S. had 8 aces and Thailand had 4 aces. Nevertheless, Thailand used tough passing and digging and took advantage of 9 U.S. errors to win the second set. U.S. head coach Karch Kareli said after the game, "Thailand is a great team and can be very dangerous at any time. We were a little too error prone in that second game and we needed to get back to our steadiness." Behind Maddie Skinner, outside hitter Ali Franti scored 14 points on 13 kills and 1 ace. Maddie Skinner's sister Avery Skinner scored 11 points on 9 kills, 1 block, and 1 ace at outside hitter. Middle blocker Anna Stevenson Hall totaled 12 points on 9 kills, 1 block, and 2 aces. Middle Brianne Butler totaled 10 points on 6 kills and 4 blocks, and Poltler added 2 points on a kill and block. Libera Zoe Fleck made her senior team debut and was credited with 12 digs and 6 successful receptions. Backup outside hitter Sarah Will Hyatt Parsons scored 2 points on a kill and ace, and substitute opposite Danielle Catino scored 2 points on a kill and block. The next 2 games for the U.S. are going to be very competitive, I will say, and fun to watch. Today, the U.S. and Brazil are going head-to-head, and then on May 19th, the U.S. will go against the Dominican Republic. Both will be very competitive games. I mean, Brazil being the second team right now and U.S. being the third. And then you have the Dominican Republic who are ranked 9th, which are ahead of Thailand. So we'll see how that goes as well. Making our way to the 4th ranked team, Poland did very well recently. They played today and on the 14th. In both games, they won 3-0. They went up against France today and Italy on the 14th. Today's game against France only had 3 matches since Poland literally dominated France in all 3. They were a clear winner. The first match's score was 25-20, the second was 25-16, and the third was 25-17. Poland also dominated Italy in the same way, where there were only 3 matches total. The first match ended with a score of 28-26, the second was 25-23, and the third was 25-21. I'm excited to see how Poland continues to do. They seem to be getting better and better, and their roster itself is very impressive. At 5th is Serbia, and Serbia did pretty good last year, which helps the ranking because they lost their game this week. They only had 1 game this week, by the way, which was on the 15th, so 2 days ago. They lost to the Dominican Republic with a final score of 1-3. This was a really good matchup. In the first round, Serbia lost with a final score of 25-18. The second round, Serbia lost against at 25-17. The third round, Serbia won with a score of 25-21, but in the final round, they were not able to tie the game and instead lost with a final score of 25-20. I mentioned that the US and Brazil are competing today, but also China and Canada are going head to head today, so I did not be able to receive the scores. I would have talked about them if I could, but I do not have that information, all of that yet. So I will be sure next week to go over how the VNL is doing. So let's just go over the 18th and 19th because we have some games coming up. So tomorrow, the 18th, Poland will be going against the Netherlands, France will be going against Bulgaria, Italy will be going against Turkey, Serbia will be going against China, which will be a very, very interesting game to watch since China is ranked 6th and Serbia is ranked 5th, and they're very much head-to-head right now. South Korea will go against the Dominican Republic, and Thailand will go against Canada. And then on the 19th, Germany will go against the Netherlands, Brazil will go against Serbia, Poland will go against Japan, France will go against Turkey, the US will go against the Dominican Republic, like I mentioned earlier, and Thailand will go against South Korea. And then we have some time after that to the next games, which would be held on May 28th. We'll be sure to go over the games held today as well as the games held on the 18th and 19th during next week's show. So that completes our discussion on the scores and results from the recent V and L games. And we're now going to take a short break before our next segment where we talk about how the Week 1 CrossFit semifinals are going, including who you guys should watch. It's been very good semifinals so far. I'm excited to talk about it. So I will see you guys really, really soon. Hello guys, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for staying to the end where we are going to be switching over to CrossFit. So we just got done talking about the scores and results from the V and L recently, and now we're going to be going over the CrossFit Semi-Finals Week 1, which we will be including what people you should watch or keep updated with. I'm very excited to talk about CrossFit. CrossFit is one of my favorite sports to watch. I have like a list of like favorite sports to watch, and CrossFit is definitely up there in top 5 for sure. And talking about it is obviously fun as well. So the CrossFit semifinals started yesterday, May 16th, and they will continue till June 2nd. The individual semifinals will take place in 7 locations, and we're going to be focused on the women you should watch as the competition gets more and more fierce. Before we do so, I'm just going to let you guys know what the workouts are for the semifinals. As you guys know, the workouts are different for the quarterfinals, the opens, like they're all different each round, sort of, each competition. I'm not really sure what the right term would be for that, but for the semifinals, they're different. So these are the workouts. So workout 1 is 5 rounds for time. You do an 800-meter run and then 10 reps of clean and jerks. The time cap is 30 minutes, and the weight needed for the clean and jerks is 125 pounds for females specifically. Whoever completes the 5 rounds the quickest or first wins. The second workout is also 5 rounds for times. You do 100 reps of double unders. Double unders are a way of jumping rope, but instead of the rope passing under the foot the feet once for each jump. It passes under twice, if that makes sense. The speed of the jump remains the same, but the speed of the rope must be much quicker to execute these. Next, you complete 20 toes to bars, which is where you hang from a bar, and then you have, this is like so hard to explain, but you hang from a bar and then you have your feet straight out and you have to keep trying to get your toes from the bottom to your mid-body, just like a mid-air crunch. Like just think of it as like a mid-air crunch, basically, where you're hanging from a bar. And then you do 10 front squats, and the weight used for that is 155 pounds. The time cap on this is 18 minutes. Just for some background information, the difference between a front squat and a back or regular or more typically seen squat is a front squat is when you hold the barbell in front of your chest and the workout targets more of your quads, whereas a back squat or more typically seen squat is where the barbell is behind your body and targets more of your glutes and hamstrings. Whoever completes this workout the fastest or first wins. The third workout is also for time, where you have 7 rounds. You start with a 10-calorie echo bite where you have to reach a certain amount of calories burned. Then you do 1 legless rope climb where you legit only rely on your upper body strength and the grip of your hands. Like just imagine like how much your hands must burn from that, like the calluses that you must get on that is insane. Just thinking about that. The rope for this is 15 feet. Then you do 10 box jump overs with a 24-inch box, and then you finish the round with another legless rope climb. The fourth workout is also for times. Okay, before I begin explaining the rest of the workouts, I'm just going to lay this out here. All the workouts are for time. You want to complete them all with perfect form the quickest. So just wanted to preface that before I go over the last 4, 5, 6 workouts. So the fourth workout, you start with a 400-meter row, and then you do 96-foot walking handstand. Then a 600-meter row, then a 120-foot walking handstand, then an 800-meter row, and finish it off with a 72-foot walking handstand. You just do 1 round of that, and there are no weights involved. This one is really about endurance and being able to support your own body weight and balance. The fifth workout is purely based on strength. You only do 1 round, and you have a time cap of 11 minutes. You first do 10 squat snatches with 135 pounds, then you do 8 squat snatches with 145 pounds, then 6 squat snatches with 155 pounds, then 4 squat snatches with 165 pounds, and lastly 2 squat snatches with 175 pounds. Lastly, the 6th workout is 1 round as well. You do a 30-calorie echo bike, and then 15 muscle ups, and then 72-foot dumbbell walking lunges. So this one is where taller people or people with longer legs have the advantage in some way. A muscle up is where you do a pull-up, but you keep pulling your body all the way up until your arms are completely straight and you're right over the bar. The dumbbells must be 70 pounds in each hand for both of this. For both of your hands for this workout. That's what I meant to say. So now that we got that out of the way, I'm gonna let you guys know who you should be watching out for. Former champion Tia Claire Toomey is back, and she finished in 28th place at the quarterfinals. She has won 6 consecutive titles on the women's side, and hopefully this year will be her comeback year after having to step aside last season to have a child. Back at the Rogue Invitational, Toomey came in second to Laura Harvath. It's always great to see a former champion return to the competition after they step aside for something else in their life, and it's even greater when they come back stronger, so definitely watch for Toomey during the semifinals. And then I just mentioned Laura Harvath, and going back to her, she has been one of the most consistent competitors. She placed 4th in the quarterfinals, and she apparently has a more stable personal life right now and a great team around her, so it's thought that she could remain consistent and do really well. She trains with her brother and her brother's significant other, so she has a lot of support, which always helps athletes perform their best with the best encouragement possible. And also, I believe that her brother is also competing as well. Also, Harvath recently won the Hungary weightlifting national championships, and she then went on to compete at the European Championships and finished in 6th. She is so incredibly strong. It is not human how strong she is. I will say that right now. Like, it is insane. Another person to watch is Emma Lawson, who is the winner of the quarterfinals, and she's literally 19 years old. Like, that's insane. 19 years old, winning the quarterfinals across, like that's insane. I like can't process that. She's the first teen to win the individual quarterfinals. She's insane. She is so mentally and physically tough and so admirable. She made an appearance at the 2019 games where she achieved a third place podium finish in the girls division. So she is just getting better and better, and we will be sure to see how well she does in the semifinals. Another person making their comeback is Haley Adams. She placed 16th in the quarterfinals. She had a year off where she was still training, but not in the same intensity as she would have been if she were competing in that year. Taking a year off can be very alarming since the pace at which your muscle mass decreases is insane. But if you look at her, it's clear she's still very strong and fit and ready for the semifinals. She placed 16th, so obviously she has been training, and I have a good feeling this comeback in the semifinals from her is going to be very, very strong, and she's going to perform well. I have a good feeling about that. Next up, we have Emma McKeown. She came in 10th last year in the semifinals. If she maintains her fitness level, continues to refine her skills, and stays injured-free, she certainly has a good chance of doing well at the 2024 CrossFit semifinals. Her past performances and resilience in competitions indicate that she could be a formidable contender. As always, a lot will depend on the specifics events announced, like the specific events in the semifinals compared to the quarterfinals, as they play the different strengths and weaknesses. So we will have to see how that goes, but I do have a good feeling that she will perform very well. She always performs well, and I will not be shocked if she does amazing. So before we end the show, I wanted to let you guys know how the competition is looking so far. The Europe and Asia semifinals of Workout 1 have been completed, and the scores are finalized for that. So I'm going to let you know who is leading the top 5 in both regions. I'm also going to leave up the workout descriptions while we talk about this, Workout 1, so you guys can keep in mind exactly how impressive their times are. And first, this was from the Europe semifinals. So I also didn't explain this before, and I'm sorry that this might sound confusing, but the competition, the CrossFit Games, the semifinals are in regions. So you have like North America West, North America East, all that. You have Africa, Asia, Europe. So the Europe and Asia semifinals have been, for Workout 1, it's only Workout 1, want to make that clear, have been finalized and completed. So that's why we're only going over these two. So in first at the Europe semifinals was Gabriela Migawa from Poland. The 25-year-old finished with a time of 21 minutes and 11 seconds. Second place was Amy Kringle from the UK, also 25 years old. She finished with a time of 21 minutes and 13 seconds. So really, really close to the first place time, literally 2 seconds. Third place was Emma Tall from Sweden. She is 32 years old and finished with a time of 21 minutes and 32 seconds, also super close. And fourth is another competitor from the UK, 24-year-old Ella Wilkinson placed fourth with a time of 21 minutes and 40 seconds. In fifth was another UK competitor, also 24 years old, Jennifer Muir, placed fifth with a time of 22 minutes and 3 seconds. Looking at all these times side by side, you can see the competition was really, really close. In the Asia semifinals, Seher Kaya placed first. She's from Turkey, is 26 years old, and clocked a time of 23 minutes and 13 seconds. So right off the bat, the Asia semifinals time started a minute longer than the Europe semifinals top 5. So it's interesting to see that. And we'll see how they'll do head to head. And second was Reza Blinova, who is 29 years old. Oh my gosh, 90 years old, that would be insane. 29 years old, and she clocked a time of 23 minutes and 56 seconds. Then in third was Songyeon Choi from the Republic of Korea. At 25 years old, she clocked a time of 23 minutes and 57 seconds. These are all really close times, but it is interesting to see that, like Gabriela Mingawa started at 21 minutes, and then we have the first place for Kaya was at 23 minutes. I don't know, just interesting to see like a 2-minute difference there, or 1 minute. I can't do math right now. 2 minutes. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was rough. Moving on, math is hard. In fourth was Jaewon Chung, also from the Republic of Korea, who clocked a time of 24 minutes and 41 seconds. A pretty big gap between the third place and fourth place times. Last seen fifth was Adele Quinton Page from Hong Kong. She's 33 years old, so one of the older competitors in the top 5. And she finished with a time of 24 minutes and 44 seconds, super duper close to the 4th place finisher's time. It's just really interesting to look at all these, and I'm going to be very interested to see the North America regions, how they do, especially because I recognize a lot of the names from previous competitions in the US and such, so it will be very interesting to see how that goes, and I'm definitely looking forward to reporting on that. Okay, so that is all that we have for you guys today. Thank you guys for tuning in to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Thank you once again, and have a wonderful day.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great.